I just don't have any faith in the justice system at all. I don't. The got my papers and shit, and I'm supposed to go and get an Uber and go down to the courthouse thing and probably file. I mean, I don't think it's gonna work because I have no idea what I'm doing. 90% of CIA agents fail their first mission. This is my first mission. I'm going to fail. I don't know how any of this shit works. I know the church, because they think they're funny, they have their bullshit lawyers online that teach people to file pro-se, but it's actually them setting you up for failure. It's really funny to them. They think it's hilarious because they think like 2-year-olds, but that's just how it. I remember my cuddle buddy actually explained that to me, talk about going up above and beyond to terrorize people. I mean, I tried turning myself into the FBI. They refused to arrest me. That's how fucked everything is. And I don't know what it is, because I certainly don't feel fear or the anxiety over going to prison. I don't feel real terror of any of this. And it is just so hard for me to care about something when nobody else cares. And when I say nobody else cares, I mean nobody else is going to help me. Everything a person does is reflective of that person. If a person refuses to help you in a situation, congratulations, you're dealing with a useless person. Okay? They do not care. Rachel Johnston and Rachel Johnston's mother do not care that her son, brother, whatever, is dead. They do not care. As for every other member of this church, for that matter. And like, the other side of this is let's say I man up and I do file. I know in my mind everything is just gonna go fucking bad. They're gonna be threatening my family members into poisoning me. There's gonna be people holding me up at gunpoint again. There's gonna be people poisoning my shit and just every fucking illegal activity you can fucking imagine under the sun is gonna go off all over again. It is gonna get fucking horrible, and the likelihood of me surviving that a second time is fucking astronomical. Okay. And there is this nagging voice in my head. This is just something that is secretly driving me insane. It is a voice that says, what if the truth is, you're right? And I have concerns because I know these people have hypnotized me before. So what if this is another fucking thing that they hypnotized me to hear? And the voice goes, what if the truth is, you're right? These people are violent, stupid people. And now they know, because you told them, they are violent, stupid people. And the truth is, they want you to stop them. And this is the I don't know how to explain it. When I was a kid, there was this movie where this officer was supposed to arrest these kids, and then he's just like, I don't know what movie this was. It was like a shitty B movie. It could have been a TV show. But he's like, oh no, I dropped my handcuffs. And he's trying to hold everybody up at gunpoint, but he's like fucking it up deliberately because he has to follow the law. He has to follow the rules. And he's like, whatever you do, don't handcuff me behind my back and sit me in that chair over there. And the kids just handcuff him and put him in the chair and then leave. And honestly, that is literally the vision that plays over again and again in my mind. Is the little kid arresting the big man because the big man can't stop. This, and I don't know how you explain it. The vibe in my mind is they want me to stop them. Okay. And that is the feeling, and I feel it all through my being, and yet there is I don't want to call it irrational, the trauma from being harassed and terrorized by these people that make me not want to do anything. And the other side of it is once again, I'm the only person on the planet that cares about this. And I am the only person on the planet that cares. And you might go, Bobby, that's a really arrogant... No, no, no. See, if other people cared, they would help me. It's black and white like that. When people try to tell you it's complicated, slap them. Slap them as hard as you can. And then just keep hitting them until they admit it's not complicated. They just don't care. Going to court in Ackworth was the most terrifying experience I probably ever had in my life. And you're talking about a guy who's had guns pulled on him, who's been assaulted, beaten, has had probably some of the worst things you could ever do to a person done to him. Going to court is absolutely terrifying because it is... I have never feared the unknown in my life because I take everything in stride. We're doing this now. Going to court was fucking horrific, and it ended horrifically. I accidentally, because that faggot poisoned me with heavy metals, I accidentally put a bunch of my friends in prison. I accidentally said a bunch of things I didn't intend to say, and I did a bunch of really stupid things because some faggot poisoned me with heavy metals because he's a self-hating loser. Okay? Like, I would open a clinic for self-hating people that would just involve giving them one of those guns that fires the pin that they use to put pigs down with, and then I would just talk them into doing it, because you don't want to be here. Life is nothing but misery for you, and I would focus on every member of this church. This church would vanish overnight if you created a clinic like that. All these people, you could easily convince them it's better to be dead. And they'd be like, okay, like, there's no pain? You don't have to worry about having a sorrowful soul. You don't have to worry about being miserable. You don't have to worry about your brain constantly being destroyed with heavy metals because you love drinking heavy metals. Okay? And LSD runs out. You will eventually run out of LSD, and the cranky black sorrow, the darkness, will creep back into your life and destroy you. If you kill yourself, you don't have to worry about it. And look, you kill yourself, you don't have to worry about terrorizing other people, which is against the Bible. And see, you secure your place in heaven by killing yourself. That's how I would operate by dealing with these people. I would argue that's the only just way to deal with them. What happened to me is I wasn't dealt justice, and in my mind, I want my fair day in court, and my fair day in court involves me having a goddamn lawyer. The fact that these people, they force you into doing stupid shit, and then they broadcast it live to their church members, and they're, we got him, we got him, it 2-year-olds. It's 2-year-olds. It is an army of 2-year-olds. And you might go, why is everything so bad? Why is climate change so bad? Why doesn't anybody take any issues in America seriously? It's because there are churches that create armies of 2-year-olds that giggle and laugh at other people who go in the meat grinder before them. That is what it is. These people don't realize it, but they are just as much in danger from their own rules as anybody else. Okay? Giovanni was a member of this church. He tried to send me the video, and they killed his ass. So they themselves, as they giggle and laugh at me, don't realize that they are on the chopping block. They are just as expendable. They are just as ignorant. They are just as stupid, and they can easily be forced into the same situation. It's kind of hilarious when you think about it. It is literally there's a meat blender in front of you, and you're like, ha ha ha, that guy's going in, ha ha ha, and like the line's just moving, and your ass is in the back, and you're giggling and laughing at the other people suffering, and then you get snatched up, and you're screaming and kicking, and there's some guy in line laughing at you as you get thrown in, and that's how these people operate. They're imbeciles. Like, once again, those of you that do kind of care but not really, don't bother commenting, because they have me under contract and they'll delete your comments. If you try to send me any information, they'll block it from me getting it. The only way you can communicate with me is probably in person, or if you hand off a bunch of notes to people. I just straight up don't trust the legal system at all. I don't believe the legal system delivers justice of any kind, and this is an example of rich people using the legal system to oppress another person. I am being oppressed under these people, okay? That is what is happening. This is exactly the shit I was talking about, how the legal system doesn't work, okay? It is myopic and fucking crazy to think that it is legal to give somebody a legal contract that cuts them off from choosing a lawyer of their own, and then you can make them choose your lawyers who will not represent you against the church, okay? That is just fucking insane, okay? That is ridiculous, and that is cutting somebody off from the legal system. And I would argue that should be probably, like, this is that shit where, like, oh, murder and stuff's to hide. No, no, no. I believe if you're cutting somebody off from the legal system, it should be such a damning case. This shit feeds into my strong sense of justice. If you start like these people did, they just started lying and shit, undermining the legal system and undermining it. If it was my world, it would be a wholesale slaughter. It'd be like, okay, so you guys decided to bullshit lie, start doing all the wrong things. Oh, we were scared. Oh, we were scared. We're going to slaughter every last one of you, man, woman, and child. That's an overreaction. You're right. It is. But let's be honest. You don't follow the laws anyway. So neither am I. Trust me, in every situation where an edgelord is like, I'm cheating, I'm winning, I'm cheating, I'm winning, and then you go, cool, I'm gonna cheat and win. The other guy immediately regrets it. They go, oh no, 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 no. And then they try to force you to follow the rules. You're gonna follow the rules, not me. I'm an edgelord. I don't follow the rules. I don't follow. And then you go, no, 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 no. And then, yes, you are. No, no. Ooh, I'm gonna threaten him. It's a good idea. Oh no. Oh God. Bang. It's astounding to me that these people reach adulthood, but there's an entire thing in psychology about how capitalism infantilizes people through multitudes of levels. One, when you have large amounts of money, you don't have to develop, so you can behave like a 2-year-old forever. When you're a working class person, you spend all your time working, and you don't actually socially or mentally develop and become anything. The other side is the Maslow's hierarchy of needs involves your basic needs being met so you can focus and orientate on what you want out of life. You don't reach that in capitalism because it's a hamster wheel system. You are constantly working, so you never achieve your highest self. You are denied it on every level. The same way this church actually denies people their highest self and tells them your highest self is a complete piece of shit. I don't even, dude... One of the guys at this church who's allegedly a good person, who does all the wrong things, but's a good person. Dude, it's that chaos shit. Oh, it's so chaotic. Oh, like, okay. I remember this self-righteous horse shit from him where he was trying to explain to me that he himself didn't agree that his highest self was a complete piece of shit. Like, basically, he didn't agree that and then he thought about it. And then he was like, well, if you, blah, blah. And I just looked at him and I was like, look, dude. I was like, you follow the morals up until the other guy shows you there are no morals, there are no values. And then you go, cool, I'm gonna do what you're doing. And trust me, once again, as soon as the entire system gets thrown overboard, and this shit feeds into libertarians, it feeds into rich people. If we got rid of the US government, rich people would fucking hate it, okay? Because then poor people would just take everything into their own hands. And there would be shooting and violence and bloodshed everywhere. It would just be a violent, stupid society, which is what these people want. They want to be a violent, stupid society. But even they, and all their genius and all their, it's not genius, stolen information. This is there's a guy that talks about in society you have stupid people who stand on the shoulders of giants, and these people are stupid people who stand on the shoulders of geniuses, people who came up with complex intelligent things. They stole it for themselves and then behave like idiots. Blondie knows that can hypnotize anybody. What did he hypnotize me to do? Say I hated Mary Bowberry. Okay, this is the masterful power of Blondie. And what's he what did he use his powers for? Getting laid. Getting laid. That's what he used his powers for. Okay. I barely trust. I don't trust almost anyone or anything for that nature, because once again, people lie. That is why I have such a good intuition. This is why I'm so hypercritical and analytical of everything I come across, and why I want to understand its psychology, because the faster you understand its psychology, you understand the propensity and why that person's going to lie. What they're going to lie about. What are they most likely to misinform you about? Okay. And it trust me, when it comes to religious people, Christians, you can literally just throw them all into the same boat. Like, they're just full of shit. Yeah. And, like, this is the thing. I've been building myself psychologically, to do this thing. And there isn't anything psychological I think I can do for myself to make me actually believe that this is going to end well in any form of content. And there is a nagging voice in my head that just wants me to believe that these people want me to stop them. Yeah. It's a nagging voice. And it's driving me crazy because I don't know if it's a lie. I don't know if that's something they implanted. I don't know what it is. It's just annoying.